Hey everyone, this is Gem Queen, aka Game Show Guru. I'm glad I'm actually making a couple videos, since it's been a little time I've been recovering, but I'm glad that I'm glad everyone is having a wonderful summer this year, but I'm going to do a little rant on a series that just came out yesterday. It's called Elena of Avalor. Yes, I wanted to rant on this because there's many things wrong with this. The show aired after the movie Frozen at 10 o'clock at night, at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday after the movie Frozen. The reason why I'm a little upset with this is, now I'm not being, a heartless, bitch, but all I'm saying is that number one, this whole thing is just wrong. It's nothing but a complete Sophia the First knockoff. They're ripping off, what Sophia was famous for the past 4 years. Turn her into what I would consider a Robin Hood / Zorro, type of character. They're using the amulet of Avalor as mostly, an accessory, not being used as what everyone was expecting. Okay, I'm not understanding what the hell the whole point of this, pilot or series is going to be based off of. I'm not liking it because the reason of being is that, number one, what's the point of making another princess? We have too many of them already in film. Number two, if it's not Sophia, then there's no point of making, a revision, a revival series of what Sophia was famous for the past 4 years. If you're going to turn her into a female Zorro or a female other characters from Princess series or Disney series, then there's no point of making this. Just call her Lady Zorro. Just saying. I'm not a fan of, something that's already been done. If it's already been done, leave it alone. You don't revive it based off of that format. I mean, don't get me wrong. Okay, it is okay. I give it mostly out of a scale of 10, I'll give it a 6. Okay? But like I said, there's some things that do bother me with the show, with the dreaded singing. I mean, I think there's so much to it that, that Disney needs to push. Why don't they just call it Disney the Musical Channel, or Radio Disney Channel? Kind of make a lot more sense, wouldn't it? No one needs to turn into all these, series, turn them into animations and throw them into semi-musicals. I don't mind if there's a song here and there, but not more than 3. If you have to push more than 3 songs on a list, even in a series, a pilot or whatever you want to call it, there's no excuse. It frustrates me, it bothers me, and it kind of infuriates me all at the same time. It's like watching Dora and Friends Into the City, mostly turn it into a musical without her doing the exploring or let alone helping her friends. Just saying. And another reason is just Dora's been doing this for like years and years and years without her running like a kingdom. She's done it in a special many times before. What I don't understand is, what's the point? Just say, what's the point of it? All I'm just saying is that I'm not seeing really a point to this already. Just seeing this hour-long special made me feel upset, bothered, furious, and just confused. How did this one princess fight a sorceress when we never saw this happen? If you think about it for a moment, it's like when you heard the prologue at the beginning of the story, you kind of feel that something was missing. Kind of like Avatar, The Last Airbender. Even watching that for 3.5 years on Nickelodeon, even that got me confused from hearing the prologue, or mostly the intro from Katara. Now I still feel like I'm watching the same thing. There's something missing when you hear it from the intro or the prologue at the beginning of the pilot. That kind of makes me feel a little disturbed, a little frustrated, and kind of angry at the same time. There's no point of it. If you're kind of putting something like that in the intro, it would kind of make a lot more sense. I think Elena of Avalor is just saying, let's make Sophia older, Latina, and put the amulet of Avalor around her neck and turn her into the ruler of Avalor. So it's like saying, get rid of James, get rid of the king and queen or her parents, and her sister, I forgot her name, and turn this and put magical characters inside the show, you know, as her friends rather than her animals. What am I missing here? What am I missing out of all of this jazz? And besides, what was the point of it if you were just going to turn Sophia into an older person, you know, Latina, and a ruler? Why couldn't Sophia do that? If Sophia would have done that, I would have been impressed. A new character, new story, new plot, and new family would make absolutely no sense. Sorry, it's still wrong. I don't need to see another princess series. Sophia is enough for me to handle. Elena of Avalor is something I don't need to see. I'm sorry. If you fans think that this is okay for you, knock yourself out. Me, I'm not going to see it. I've seen enough princess series. I've seen enough of it. I don't need to see another one. She's just Zorro. Okay? She is. She's just Zorro. End of story. I don't understand why the whole point of this is even being created. For all the people who created this nightmare, you know, you should be ashamed of yourself. There's no point of taking, taking a ruler, turn her into a princess when she's been stuck into a painting for over 40 years, turn her into a ruler and make her look like a Zorro type of a character. If you want to call it, instead of calling it Elena of Avalor, why don't you just call it Sophia Part 2? You know, I'd rather see that. I'd rather see Sophia the First become that ruler more than some random person that we've never heard of, never seen, or even thought of. That's like saying, let's make Peter Rabbit the villain from Destroying Mr. McGregor or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. I'm just saying. It just doesn't make any sense. If you're taking random people out there just for kicks and giggles, then what was the point of turning this into a series? That's like taking fan-made fiction into the most gruesome, disturbing way, while the freaking creators just completely, write it down on their own forums. I'm sorry. Elena of Avalor is something I'm not going to be that impressed by. Just seeing the pilot after watching Frozen, yesterday made me feel very upset, very furious, and annoyed. Now, I have nothing against, the Latino community or anything like that. It's just the whole point of what they did to this. It's just Zorro. That's all it is. It's flippin' Zorro. If you're going to turn her into a ruler, make her a little bit more, have her a little bit more support than just having her grandparents the one teaching her, what's right and what's wrong. Just saying. Besides, it's just, I don't need to see something like that. If you want to see something that based off the Latina community, watch Dora and Friends Into the City. Or Nina's World. At least those make sense. At least those are entertaining. This is just Sophia meets, a female Zorro. I know I'm saying that like 100,000 times, but that's what it is to me. Zorro. Okay? It's just Zorro. Call it whatever you want. Call it Robin Hood, call it Zorro, call her Elena, call her Ruler, call her Amazing, call her whatever you want. It's not going to hurt me. It doesn't change nothing on my tail. But you know what? I also wanted to say that, I want to thank everybody for all the views and the likes from all the videos I've done for all these, for these past couple months. I thank everyone enjoying them, my playlists, everything. I thank everyone for this. For all the uploaders up there who keeps doing all the great music, the game shows, and everything, thank you. I'm glad that at least people on here are doing what they should be doing, keeping it running, and everything else. Just as long as they stay on my list, they're willable to be watched. I'm enjoying every minute of it, and I'll never stop watching about them. But also, I wanted to put a little update on my channel about, sometime this summer, I will start doing some video game rants. The reason why I haven't done this yet is because I'm trying to do my research on a lot of them. Because as you see from my posters from the background of my camera, you'll see that a lot of these games, and I might have some issues that I wanted to explain. But for other games, this is what I want to complain about. Some of the games that I've despised growing up, playing it on other systems. But I'm working on those as much as possible. I'm trying to get them, in parts as much as I can. So for all the people out there who want to see those rants in video games, just be patient for just a little bit more. But I promise you, these video game rants are worth every minute of my ranting and complaining. There's a lot of flaws, problems, irritations that probably a lot of players have seen, but want to warn all the other viewers out there who haven't played these games yet that they need to be done. But I just wanted to do a small rant on the new series Elena of Avalor. But I also wanted to put some thanks to everybody out there who've subscribed to my channel, who've enjoyed my playlists, everything that I've done, all my uploads. I thank everybody for them. Please, 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 thank you. I thank everybody on here for this. I hope everyone has a wonderful summer. Hope everyone gets everyone gets a nice suntan, and hope everyone has a great time. Happy summer, everybody. I hope everyone enjoys this video. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.